Hello everyone. Hi Jen. Hi Sarah. How are you ladies doing today? Happy Easter. What are y'all doing? What's everyone doing today? Happy Easter, Sarah. What's everyone doing today? Working. Sarah. Well, look at me. Got some stick up here. Look at me working. Sarah and Jen are both working. Oh my goodness, girls. Are y'all going to come see me next Sunday at the Hanging Out with Family? I'm doing that later. Usually do a 10-hour day on Sunday. Oh yeah. So next Sunday, you should take off and come see me. It's our part-time job. Cookie Lab. This is Alyssa. I appreciate when people give me a heads up. Someone messaged me on Instagram the other day and they told me their TikTok handle because they're very active on my TikTok page, not so much on my Instagram page, but they're very active here. So they gave me their TikTok handle, which I very much appreciate. I want to thank everyone who is liking and sharing my live. Hi, Karen Sue. And that reminds me, I'm putting lotion on if y'all. As we need to see if we can make it work next week. I would love to see y'all next week. And let me know. Well, I know it's already a late day for y'all. I was going to say let me know and y'all could go out to dinner with us after the event. Some of us will be going out to dinner like last time. Hi, Chelsea. Thank y'all for liking and sharing my live. Let me get my cards out. Yes, it's been really busy the last few weeks, and we're in the final stages of getting our book published, and that's a fiasco. And then we were going on vacation. So, before you go on vacation, there's so many things that you have to get caught up on. So it's been a lot. Thank you for sharing my live. I so appreciate it. This reading my trip was phenomenal. So we went to New Orleans and has games in Omaha. I may try to come. I am in Omaha, yes. So Chelsea, what does your husband do? So this next Sunday the 27th, is when I have an event. It is at a local wine bar, and it is where we're going to do a wine tasting and readings all in one. It should be a lot of fun. So is your husband happen to be in the area on that day, Miss Chelsea? Okay, this reading card reading is for Feminine Reclamation. Thank you so much, honey, for sharing my live. Just right there, it said to stop. I'm about to lose some cards. All right, very good. Oh, some of my faves here. Lots of strong energy. This one is for Feminine Reclamation. So we're starting out with the Sun. Very positive. That's an excellent card to start with. The Fun is a positivity, pleasure, happiness. You see it's this little baby riding a horse. The sun is shining. There's flowers. Just all kinds of happiness going on. There is a lot of happiness coming your way or activating in your life right now. Feminine Reclamation. The next card is about the Hierophant. The Hierophant is really about having some structure and social approval and conformity. So the way you're living your life right now, I'm not saying is necessarily conforming to social norms, because I'm hearing it isn't, but you're creating your own path. You're creating your own walk on this planet and your own social norms, if you will. So you are having just a lot of joy and happiness because of the way you have your walk on this planet. And that walk is really going to bring you a lot of wealth. It's going to open up new business opportunities for you. And it's just going to have a lot of prosperity and abundance to it because we have the King of Pentacles here. Now, there is a warning. The Devil card is always a warning, and it's just to steer clear of things that may be taking you off your path. And when I said, well, what's going to take her off her path? I asked the question, I see your heart being taken out of what you do. Are you hot, CJs, or just me?
Yeah, I turned the heat off when I came in here.
Okay, the heat was on. Can you open a window? Do you mind, please? Sorry, I'm very hot. Apparently, I had been in my office earlier today and I had the heater going in here. My moderator said he turned it off when he came in here. I bet it was like a hot box in here because it's a small office with this heater going. So, Miss Reclamation, Feminine Reclamation, this is a very positive reading. There's just one warning at the end to make sure that everything you do when you're walking this path, you're staying true to your soul and you're staying true to who you are. I was just talking to a friend of mine earlier today, and so I don't know, I do have a lot of straight friends, but also have a lot of lesbian friends. And there was someone who we have a mutual lesbian friend who is, I'm just starting to know this person. And they sent me a picture. They were together the other day and they had sent me a picture. They were at this event and I was like, oh my goodness. And I named off the person. I said, she's freaking hot. And she's like, what? I said, look, just because I love me some men, which I do I love my husband. I love men. I can appreciate female beauty. And the beauty that this person was exhibiting as she's stepping into who she is on this planet. Now, I'm saying this feminine reclamation because that's what that Devil card was about. The reason that person was just exuding so much beauty and was really captivating my attention was because she's really walking who she's put on this earth to be. That's what you're being called to do, feminine reclamation, is to walk the path that you're set to be on this earth. We're getting to times where we are really to be joyful, to really find happiness. You're being called to walk who you are as your authentic self. If you don't walk who you are as your authentic self, you're just going to be unfulfilled. You're going to keep going through these dark night of the souls over and over. Okay. And that part wasn't just for feminine reclamation. Thank you. It was for everyone. All right, Miss Jen. This is for Jen. Thank you, Jen, for liking and sharing my live. I so appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, here's Jen. Let's see. I thought it was going to tell me to stop, but nope. There we go, right there. All right, let's see what we have here. Oh, dang it. She's like, what? Okay, so let's get through here. We're starting out, I don't want to tell you, we're starting out this reading with some tough energy, but it really ends very positively. This card is really, you see how they're walking away. It's just a lot of disappointment. This card is about disappointment, feeling abandoned, withdrawing. Oh, Jen said it's been a tough couple of weeks. So because I was like, oh, this is starting out. I know, right? You're starting out with, she's had some stressful energy. Sarah is commenting. Oh, I'm sorry, Jen. She says lots of bad news at the doctor's. A lot of disappointment. That's what we're starting out with, a lot of disappointment. Just walking away from a dream. You see how they're walking away, kind of walking away from that dream. Feeling very combative, feeling like you're having to defend yourself, defend your position, defend what you're doing, defend your decisions. You see how this person is just holding that wand and just fighting off these other people coming at them. So a lot of tough energy going on there. The next card is where it starts lifting. And when I ask you, when is this going to start lifting? When is this going to come out? I'm hearing in a couple of months. It's about having multiple priorities, managing your time, having this dual position on earth. I feel like this is really a card of duality. Like there's two paths that you really want to take. And one of them, like they're showing me you walking down this one path, and that's the one you really want to go down, but it's too hard. You just keep having to defend yourself. You have to keep fighting to go down it. And I see you taking a step back and starting over and taking the other path. When you do that, it's going to end with a lot of beauty, a lot of love around you. I mean, look at this beautiful card here. You see they're having just so much happiness. You look at the card and there's just a ton of happiness. This is really about happy memories, reminiscing, people from your past stepping up and surrounding you, people that you used to know or used to hang out with coming back. Very good. I said it was going to be a couple of months, and she said they're starting a new path with a fertility clinic next month. And that's when I said you're really going to have to start, you're taking a step back and starting a new path, other path with this new clinic and the new path there. Yep. Absolutely. So thank you. This was really, Jen, it was really confirming everything that Path said. So a lot of times whenever you have a reading, it's about confirming what you already knew. Like she'd already made these tough decisions. And so yes, the reading was showing that she had already made these tough decisions. She confirmed it in the end. She's in the middle of what the reading I was just having. It's going to end very well. And she was, so it's a lot when you come for a reading, when you come for a psychic reading or cards, it's confirming some of the things that you already know and then opening up new energy to show you where you're headed. So keep the faith. You're absolutely made the right decisions. You're headed in the right direction. There's a lot of beauty and happiness headed your way. All right, so I want to thank everyone who is liking and sharing my live. This next reading is going to be for Misty LaForce. Thank you, Miss Misty, for sharing my live. I appreciate you. Here we go. For anyone who is wanting to hang out with me free, there is something on my website Thursday evening. I'm doing an event. It's not readings. It's about everything about death and dying. The things that you want to face, and it's coming from me, who is a psychic medium, a death doula, someone who else is involved in the death doula area. So make sure you check that out. It's Thursday evening on my website. It's via Zoom. It's free, but you do have to go to my website, Christy Godwin Psychic Medium, to register, and it's under the events section. Hi, Miss Sissy. All right, let's see what we got for you here. This was for Misty LaForce. Misty LaForce. Let's see what we have. Right there. Did y'all hear it? Stuck cards. All right. Let's see what I got for Miss Misty. All right. A lot of powerful energy, and it ends well. So the first energy we have is the King of Cups. It's really, now, whenever I ask questions. When I was in New Orleans, I was just in New Orleans, and I did have a reading from someone just on the street there. It was actually pretty decent. And I was just telling someone about the reading, and I said, now, if they had been a student of mine, I would have told them to follow the energy. Because though it was a good reading, it was accurate, it was just kind of a surface read. And so when I'm training people, if you're in classes with me, if you're training, you will always hear me say, follow the energy, dig deep. Nobody wants the surface stuff. So I was about to say the first card we have is this King of Cups. It's about being emotionally balanced and compassionate and diplomatic. So then I'm asking Spirit, well, was there a time where she wasn't emotionally balanced and diplomatic? Yes, there was. Spirit is showing me, Misty, that you have done a lot of work, and now you are reaping the rewards of those seeds that you planted. You were just so tired, I'm hearing. You were just so tired of doing the right thing over and over and over and not having the rewards from it. Now is where you're going to come with the rewards. This King of Cups is showing that you are very emotionally balanced. You have become very compassionate. You sit with your nurturing energy, you are practical, and you are moving into an area in your life that's going to be very financially stable for you. The next card is one where you're just contemplative. It's right in front of you. Everything you need, everything you've ever wanted and worked for is right there. Make sure you're paying attention to it. You're really coming to the point where you're about to step into fruition of all your hard work. Make sure you are sitting with that. You're holding gratitude for it. And the ending with the Wheel of Fortune, which is really about a lot of happiness and good luck and karma. Now, what they're showing me, what I'm seeing in Spirit, is you're on this path where you've been working hard. You're starting to see a little bit of the fruition of all those seeds you've planted. You want to make sure that I'm seeing, Spirit's weird, 2.5 weeks, You are really taking a break and offering gratitude. There's going to be something around you that you've really worked hard for, and you need to make sure you're sitting and honoring that coming to fruition so you don't bypass it. If everyone ever noticed that sometimes we will work so hard for something and we get it, and instead of really sitting in the beauty and gratitude of it, we're like, okay, yeah, got it. Now on to the next thing. It's in the beauty and gratitude that you're going to really open up new doors to karma, this great karma coming your way. It's the end of a cycle where you're about to start another one. You really want to make sure that you're starting this new one with this beauty and the abundance that you've worked so hard for. And when I say abundance, it's not necessarily money. It's contentment. I was like, what is it? It's contentment. That's what it is. I want to thank everyone who is liking and sharing my live. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll do a couple more card reads and we'll move on to Spirited. Hi, Alex. Hello, hello. This reading is for Sissy. Did y'all see me just sit up? I was kind of like this, slumping in my chair. A spirit stepped up and was just like, I'm sure she will be one of the first spirits, but this spirit stepped up and she's like, sit up straight, honey. And she just did it so sweetly. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I need to sit up straight. All right, this reading is for Sissy. Thank you for being here, Sissy. Happy Easter, everyone. All right, here we go, Miss Sissy. Okay. Wow, Sissy, lots of powerful energy in this reading. All right, here we go. The first card up is the World card. The World card is about completion, accomplishment, feeling whole, fulfilled, and also I'm hearing you're about to take a trip. So that trip you're thinking about taking, go ahead and take it. Now, this completion and accomplishment and wholeness that is coming your way has been hard won, and you're moving into it almost begrudgingly. The energy that you're moving into is very positive, but it's an area that you're not used to accepting. You're not used to accepting that you are complete and whole just as you are. They're showing me that you pour so much into other people that unless you're pouring into other people constantly and almost depleting yourself, you don't feel whole and complete because that's not the area that you're used to being in. The energy that you're moving into is one of recognizing that you are whole and complete as you are, that you have a ton of manifestation and magic within you. You want to make sure that you are using that creative magic. All that power is within you. Sitting with your, sitting with your intuition. I'm also hearing, Sissy, that there is this intuition in you, that you are very gifted, you're very talented, you're very open to the spiritual world, but you hide that. And I know that because the Hermit card is next. I was about to say something else with this Hermit card, but they're showing me you have all this magic in you. You have a lot of manifestation power. You have a lot of ability to connect with spirit, but you hide it. You need to lean into that. If you don't start, and this, I'm seeing this a lot with people that I mentor and the energies, there's a lot of transits going on right now that's going to cause a lot of emotional upheaval astrologically. And if you don't start leaning into who you are, if you don't start taking those steps and honoring your soul's path, you're going to start feeling some disappointment. You're going to start feeling abandoned. You're going to start feeling withdrawing from those around you. You're going to really start walking into this dark night of the soul. How you avoid that is by coming out of your hermit mode. Right now, I'm being shown, says you have a ton of spiritual energy around you. You have a ton of ability to create abundance, but you hide it. If you don't step out of hiding that, if you don't step into that path of all this power that is within you, you're going to keep experiencing that dark night of the soul. So take that veil off, honey, and shine your light bright. All right. How many does I was going to do? Am I still doing another one? Happy Easter, baby love. You don't know what to do with it. Take a class, honey. Take a class. All right, one more and then we'll move on to Spirit Led. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. All right, there was someone who was sharing my live like crazy up here. Who was that? Okay. GA5035, thank you for all the gifts. I appreciate you. So this is for GA5035, and I'm sorry, I know your name. I can't remember it though. I can't remember who you're with. That's what I get when I don't go live for 3 weeks. I was like, I cannot remember who that tagline is for. Anyway, that's who this is for right now. GA5035. Zenja. Yes. Miss Zenja. This reading is for you, honey. All right. A lot of beautiful energy here for you, honey. All right, Ginger, the first card is you have a difficult decision that you're making. You have something that's weighing on your shoulders. You feel like you don't have all the data that you need to make this decision. It's a very difficult one. You need to rest and contemplate it. This is not a decision you need to make right now. You need to wait. I'm just hearing hold the line, hold the line. You need to wait. I'm seeing the number 7. Is that 7 days or 7 weeks? You need to wait about a week. All this energy and the data that you need to make it happen for you is going to come in about a week. When you make this decision, you are going to feel very complete and very whole, and you're going to feel like you're closing down something and starting a new journey. You're going to feel very fulfilled for what you've done. Now, in this decision that you're making, that you need to sit and wait for, is one that you don't necessarily want to make this decision after you saying, oh, okay. But once you've made the decision, tons of energy opens up for you. You're feeling very fulfilled. You're headed in the right direction. And it's really going to open up more power within you. When I ask, what is this power? Now, this is the second time this card has come up, and I'm getting the same information, is that you don't understand the power. So this was just for Sissy. I'm hearing the same thing for you, Ms. Zenja. You don't understand the power that is within you. And they're showing me that Sissy and Zenja, you have the same energy going on here as I see you kind of shrinking away from the limelight. You're shrinking away from that power. And why is it? It's because you have such a beautiful, nurturing, calm spirit that you don't want to step into the limelight. There's other people who aren't nearly as powerful and as talented as you, but they're like, look at me, look at me, look at me. And because y'all don't have that energy about you, you feel like you don't have as much talent and as much power, and you actually have more. So shed that thoughts that you have about yourself, Miss Zenja, of not being good enough, not being able to step into intuition, not being powerful enough, because you have everything you need. You're not wrong. You just need to step into it. All right. Oh, thank you for confirming, Miss Zenja. Thank you, thank you. Are y'all ready to start with some spirit led? Let me get a drink of water before I start here. Get some water. You know, some of my new New Orleans cup. Hello. So good to see everyone here. Hi, Miss Jaylene. Okay. There is a lady, thank you. There is a lady stepping up, and I'm just going to tell you what I'm getting, because it's definitely a female spirit, but I'm hearing the name Bobby around her. Oh, like Bobby Joe, something like that. Okay, so whenever I said, okay, the spirit, I know this was not me. My brain did not go here. So I was like, oh, Bobby Joe, like, does everyone like BJ? And she's like, no, not like BJ, like Bobby Joe or Billy Joe. And I was like, oh, yeah. So she was, I was not thinking anything dirty, but she was. Or she wasn't thinking it, but she would have been teased about that. So just know there was some teasing going on about her name. She's the one who was showing me, though this lady, she was not someone, like she's the one who made me sit up straight, who was telling me to sit up straight. Usually the ladies, people who are in spirit who tell me to sit up straight are the ones who are very, like they're kind of classy, a little snoot, but she wasn't. She was like, no, good posture was important. She never wanted to have that hump on her back. I asked her why, and I'm trying to fix my screen here. I asked her why, and it was because she had always had, the people in her family had always had that dowager's hump, and she said she was so afraid of getting it. She was always paid attention to her, there we go, I put back on. Paid attention to her posture. Yeah, prim and proper. She was not prim and proper at all. She was just saying, nope, I wasn't prim and proper. I just didn't want that hump. She's also is showing me that she liked, she's also is showing me that she liked the bar scene. She liked to play pool and throw darts. She liked a good beer. I don't like beer. 100,000 years ago when I was a teenager, me and beer I had too much beer, and I've never liked beer since then. Isn't that weird how that can follow you 40 years later? Okay. We have a lady stepping up. I'm hearing this name, Billy Joe, Bobby Joe, around her. And when I teased her, well, I didn't tease her. I was like, oh, I tried to shorten it to like BJ. She's like, heck no. So there had always been some teasing about her name. A lot of the women in her family had osteoporosis and had that dowager's hump. And so she was very particular about her posture, not because she was prim and proper, but because she didn't want that hump on her back. She is saying that she liked the bar scene, like just those dive bars, and she liked to play pool and throw darts, and she did smoke, and she had kind of a raspy voice because of it. She's also letting me know that she had problems breathing, but it doesn't feel like cancer. It felt more like asthma or emphysema. Okay, does this lady sound familiar to anyone? If she fits anyone on here, please put a yes in the comments.
Sissy, ask how you're feeling.
Thank you, Sissy. I'm feeling really good. I got some good scan results a couple of weeks ago now. It is one thing after the other. They've been trying to put me on some medicine for diabetes, and that's never really been a problem, but it is a side effect of the chemo drug I'm on. So I do have a thing that you put in your arm. You can see it, and it tracks your blood sugar, and my blood sugar has been skyrocketing. So that's probably going to be the next step. I'm going to ask them, though, if they can take me down on my chemo. You know, it's just that fine line. I'm having such great results. I hate to go down on my medicine, but I also am taking more medicine now to combat the side effects than I am actually taking to help with the cancer. So I'm going to talk to my doctor about lowering it some. We'll see how that goes. All right, does this lady sound familiar to anyone? Thank you, Miss Alex. Thank you, thank you. It's been a long, I've been battling for a long time now. What, 2.5 years? Mm-hmm. 2.5 years. Okay, recap. My moderator said recap. I have a lady stepping up. She's letting me know. She also had, she always wore jeans. She was always very casual, kind of outdated in her hairstyle. Sweet as could be. She was very particular about her posture. I'm sorry, I was reading something on here, because everyone in her family had osteoporosis and had that dowager's hump, and she's like, she didn't want any of that, so she was very particular about the hump on her back. She liked the local dive bar where she liked to play pool, she liked to throw darts, and she did smoke. She also liked beer, and she is showing me towards the end of her life she did have a hard time breathing. You know, it could be lung cancer. It feels more like emphysema or asthma, something like that, because I'm not feeling that. Yeah, she's just making me struggle. Like, I am really, and then I'm getting nervous because I can't breathe. And so I'm like, you can tell that she had a really hard time with it. All right, does this fit anyone on here? I All right, we're going to park her, and I'll move on to the next. Okay, so this next fella stepping up, that is not a word I use. So just know this is a word that the Spirit kind of gave me to use. It's going to be part of his identification process is fella. I never use the name fella. So, because I said, oh, this fella stepping up. What? No, it's a grandfather energy, but just know that he also would call people a fella, like that fella over there. He is, there's an SH name around him, like Shane or so, but just know that, okay, I'm going to go back real quick because this Deba 1963 said that she missed that one and her sister passed away from an asthma attack. And that's that was the last thing that I kept showing with this lady is that I couldn't breathe. I said, it doesn't feel like cancer. It feels like asthma or emphysema. So I'm going to recap this real quick. Deba 1963. Let's see if we can get it going here. This lady is letting me know that she liked the local dive bar, that she always made sure she had good posture. She was there was osteoporosis kind of, she's saying, ran in her family, and she didn't ever want that dowager's hump. So she was very particular about her posture, but she was not prim and proper. Most people that are very like, sit up straight, they're all prim and proper, but she was not. She did like play darts, she liked pool, she liked beer. And then she is showing me just having a really hard time breathing towards the end of her life. And I had said it felt like asthma or emphysema. It didn't necessarily feel like cancer. And I was getting really scared. Like she was making me feel that fear of not being able to breathe. And that doesn't necessarily happen with cancer. Now, Deba, does it sound like your sister? Miss Deba. Okay, so hold tight, Chelsea, on the SH name. Her name was Chuck, and her mom is Shelby. If that's who it was. Okay, we'll see. We'll see about that. That was the guy who said fella. Okay. Okay, Ms. Deba, I'm going to ask you to go to live real quick. Okay, Deba. It's
Hopefully not at work.
Yeah, hopefully she's not at work. Deba, I'm good. It won't let me ask you to go live with me because you don't have very many followers. But on the bottom of your screen is a blue person right next to a pink person. It says guests. Well, it says guests on mine. I'm not sure what it says on yours. But click that and request to go live with me, and I will accept it. So Ms. Deba, bottom of your screen, click those two people, request to go live with me, and I will accept. Let's see if she can get it going. All right, Miss Deba, do you see what we're talking about down there? All right, so I'm going to go on with the reading for the other person. It doesn't look like, yeah. Request to go live, Miss Deba, so we can clear this up. Deba, down at the bottom, can you click on those buttons and request to go live with me? Won't work. Interesting.
That's weird.
That is weird. It always works. That's so weird. Okay, real quick, let me then just give a quick message. It looks like there's some delay, and I don't know if there's a delay in, like, once it hits my feed, so I'm just going to give this quick message, and we're going to move on to this other spirit. So, Deba, there has been recently there has been an anniversary or a birthday, something to bring your sister back up into the front of your mind. You've been thinking about her a lot lately. And it feels like there's someone in your family who is sick. There is someone else in your family who is sick, and you keep wishing your sister was there to talk to about it, to share the burden, to really just vent to. She's also letting you know that she is the one who has been sending you the cardinals, and that she sees you're having, there's someone younger than you on this planet who you're really worried about, like a child or a niece all the time, and my nephew is very sick. Okay, very good. So she was letting me know. So just for everyone watching, this is for Deba. I had her sister, and I had just said, there's been something going on that Deba's been thinking about her sister, and because there's someone in the family who's very sick, and she wishes her sister was here to share the burden, and to talk to about it. And Deba says it's her nephew. Thank you for confirming that. I appreciate it. She's also letting me know that she's the one who's been sending you the cardinals. And she is saying that, I don't know if there's someone in your family who's very religious, because this is not something a spirit usually says. She says, when I asked about your nephew, she says, it's in the Lord's hands now. That's not something spirits say. They don't say things like that. So there's someone in your family who is very religious, and she's pointing to them. I was like, oh, what about them? They're getting on your nerves. That's what about them. And so your sister is commemorating and saying, yes, she's laughing. Like, I can see this person that is in the family or very close to your family, and every time this person speaks, I mean, they're sweet, they mean the best, but I can just feel you roll in your eyes, and honey, we all been there. And your sister is laughing over it, and she's like, I'd be rolling my eyes too. Now she wants to tease you. She said, be careful. Did your parents ever say that if you roll your eyes, they're going to get stuck? But she's saying, your eyes are going to get stuck like that. All right, thank you, Miss Deba, and thank you for confirming all of the information. All right, so now we're back to, who was it? Oh, Chelsea, that was her grandpa. Her dad's name was Chuck, and her mom is Shelby, if that's what it was. Okay, so Miss Chelsea, listen up. I'm going to give some more information. We'll see if that's in fact who it is. Or everyone else, I have a spirit here. I'm about to finish describing them. The first thing he had me say was fella. That is not a word that I say. So it's a word the spirit would say, fella. Hey, that fella over there. It is a grandfather energy, and I'm feeling an SH name around them. This gentleman is showing me that he was sick for quite some time. And there were many times people thought he was actually going to pass, and he would rally a little bit. Not that they wanted him to pass, they thought he was going to. And he had, oh my goodness, so funny. He is showing me, there's a saying that I will use every once in a while, like when I'm joking, and not in readings, but in passing, of having one foot in the grave and the other one slipping in. And so this guy is showing me that, okay, Chelsea says it's not her dad. This guy is showing me that was him for a long time. Like he said, I had one foot in the grave and the other slipping in. Has southern feel to him, but it doesn't feel like he was from the deep south, down on those coastal states, but he has southern energy about him. He's also showing me that he was a jack of all trades. This is him. He's saying he was a jack of all trades and a master of none. Meaning that he could do a lot of things. This man could fix just about anything. He was the go-to guy if you needed plumbing, car, whatever it was. He said he knew just enough to be dangerous. I don't know. I think he's being humble. I think he knew a little bit more than that. But he's saying he knew just a little bit about enough to be dangerous. He's also showing me that he had some tattoos. And towards the end of his life, he did lose a lot of weight. He'd never been a real big person, but he got super skinny towards the end of his life. He lost a lot of weight. All right, does this gentleman sound familiar to anyone? If they are yours, please put a yes in the comments. I'm going to recap one more time, and then we will move on to the next spirit. This gentleman, first thing he said was fella, so that had been a term he used a lot. There's an SH name around him, like Shane, Shauna, Shelby. He's a grandfather energy. He is showing me that he was a jack of all trades and a master of none. He was very funny just in the way he's been giving me the information. He is showing me that he had, this is his words, not mine, he had one foot in the grave and the other slipping in quite a bit. Like, he just kept on ticking. People would think he was about to pass, and then he would rally and still be on this planet. He lost a lot of weight towards the end of his life, and he did have some tattoos. All right, does this gentleman fit anyone? If this spirit fits you, please say yes in the comments. Oh, Tori. Tori, I'm about to ask you to go live. Here we go. Let's see if Miss Tori can go live today. Are you there? Hi, Tori.
Hi.
So this is your grandfather
I think so.
on your dad's side,
On my mom's.
your mom's side. All right. Now, I was like asking him, there was something I wanted to ask about. So I was like, what was that? And he just reminded me. So what is this Southern energy I feel to him? He's not showing me he was from the deep South, but there's some like this underlying Southern energy to him. What is that about?
We're from Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. That explains it for everyone watching. I'm very sorry if you're from Florida. I'm from Louisiana. And so do I acknowledge that Florida is in the South? Yes. But they don't really have Southern energy, if y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you, Tori. I didn't want to upset you. But now he's also showing me he was ill towards the end of his life and lost a lot of weight.
Yes.
And he was very funny. Do you remember him using that term fella?
Yeah, I do.
I was like, the second I was like, okay, I have a fella here. I was like, what the heck? That's not a word I say. All right, Miss Tori. Now, is your dad still on planet?
Yes.
I didn't see him over there. So now for everyone listening, I have Tori's grandfather on her dad's side. So I went looking for the dad just to make sure I didn't see him. I just wanted to confirm because I always look for their kid, you know. And now he's acknowledging that there's a little dog over there with him. Is this your dog or his?
We've had a lot of dogs.
Okay, very good. This dog is, it's a small dog. I'm not exactly sure what kind it is because it looks like I want to say a terrier, but not a terrier. So it must not be purebred. It's like a terrier, Yorkie looking dog.
That's interesting because I have a Yorkie mix.
That's alive.
Yes, he's sitting on me right now.
Very good. Very good. All right. So now, for everyone watching, I had just been talking to him. He was really directing me towards Tori's dad. And before I could get the message out about that, he was bringing me back to this dog. So now what that tells me, this spirit, I was about to deliver something about the dad, Tori's dad, and he kind of cut that energy and brought me back to Tori by talking about her dog. Okay, so spirits don't waste any information. Are you having problems with your relationship with your dad? Is that kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah. So now it's just the way because he was bringing me to the dad, and all of a sudden bringing me back to Tori. I was like, oh, that's because every time Tori reaches out, she's like, what the heck? Why did I do this? You're never going to change.
Right.
He is justifying your feelings, Tori. So don't think that this guy is judging you at all. Yes, this is your dad's dad, but he is absolutely justifying your feelings. It's like your dad.
Sorry, this would be my my mom's dad.
Your mom's dad. Okay.
Yes. But
So
he was close with like my whole family, so
he feels like a I was gonna say a patriarch. He feels like someone who everyone in the family looked up to, and no one really argued with him.
yeah.
He said they would try. Now, is your dad someone who like takes his feelings out on people around him?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. He's acknowledging that. He is showing me that no matter what kind of mood your dad is in, it kind of feeds, he just feels like everyone around him needs to pay the price for his emotionality and how he's feeling at the moment.
Yes.
Yes. He is showing me you putting up boundaries and saying,
Yeah.
you know,
I just blocked my dad on everything. What actually? Yeah.
very good. Okay. So that is huge confirmation of what you're doing, because that's a boundary if I ever saw one. He is saying, okay, so I don't know if this man cussed on planet, but he is saying he's a fucking ass grown man.
He very much so cussed on this planet, so yes.
Yes, I felt like he did. That he came in, I'm not going to say this next word he's saying, but I will give you the the initials of it. He said he can manage his own feelings. And it's like, if your dad's angry, he's going to be angry with everyone. If he's not feeling well, he's just going to take it out on everyone. And I'm sorry, but he's never going to change.
Yeah, that's what I've dealt with my whole life. So my dad is an on and off again addict. So, yeah.
Yeah. Even when he's not using, he still has those viewing his emotions out on everyone around him. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Well, it's difficult to deal with.
Yeah, I'm pretty used to it though.
Well, I appreciate that, Tori, but you shouldn't have to be used to it. But I am very proud of you. He is just patting you on the back that you have put up these boundaries, and it's like you're done. And you've come to terms with it. You have some peace in that area. So I know that everyone watching, I just want everyone to give some kudos, some hand claps to Tori, because it's very difficult whenever, I mean, I know that she's come to terms with it, but you shouldn't have to come to terms with it.
Right. Yeah. Thank you so much. I just wanted to say I just got on TikTok and you were the first thing that popped up. And about 20 minutes ago, my mom was sending me a bunch of pictures of my grandpa. And then I get on here and I was a little emotional like 20 minutes ago. So this is amazing. Thank you so much.
So that's what we call synchronicities.
Yeah.
Yes. So from watching, Tori was saying that her mom was sending her pictures of this gentleman that I'm talking to right now. And okay, so who likes, I'm not sure what kind of pie this is, but it has like it's either lemon meringue or banana cream. It has like this whipped cream white topping. Who likes that kind of pie? Was that him?
It could have been, yeah. We're from Key West, so maybe key lime.
Oh, maybe it was key lime. Okay, very good. Because he said, have that, eat the pie, Tori. But he was showing me this very specific pie. It wasn't like he was saying, go have dessert. He was showing me this specific pie with this white whipped cream looking topping.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right. Thank you. Oh, real quick. He said that he is the one who, he's showing me a kitchen cabinet door. So I don't know if you're having problems when they're under your kitchen cabinet doors, if you see it like open, you keep having to close it, but he is saying that he's the one that messes with that kitchen cabinet door.
Interesting. It's not a kitchen cabinet door, but my mom has been telling me that her shower door to her glass shower has been opening. She told me like yesterday morning that she was just like looking off and she saw the door open. And
very good. It's her daddy.
Awesome.
Let her know it's her dad.
I will try to tell her that.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
You too.
Bye. All right. So that was I wouldn't want to give kudos as a spirit. He did a very good job. He did a good job with his information. He did a good job with proving that he was around her. Yeah. I just have to give kudos as his spirit. He did a really good job. Oh, thank you, Chelsea. Thank you. Chelsea said that was so detailed. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So if anyone is interested in seeing these detailed readings in person, I have an event coming up a week from today at a local wine bar called Baracco Wine Bar. And there's going to be wine tasting and we're going to do readings in the whole shebang. Okay. There is a gentleman stepping up. So something that the way he was doing this reading, again, if you come to me for readings or to learn mediumship, everything happens for a reason. Come back to Louisiana. I'd love you to do events here. Where are you, Chelsea? Where do you live?
45 minutes from New Orleans.
She's 45 minutes from New Orleans?
Mm-hmm.
Where at? Because LSU Mom on here was just trying to get me to come down there and do, like she would host an event at her house. She was showing me and near Baton Rouge. So this person lives right outside of Covington. So I don't know. So she's about an hour from you, I think. Okay. This gentleman is showing me some information, and he put it in the wrong order. Like, there's a certain rhythm to readings. And then he said, he gave me the term putting the cart before the horse. So that's a term he would say. I'm making notes. He was also a farmer. He just lived, he was telling me he lived by the sweat of his brow, and he was constantly, he's showing me overalls. Now, honestly, I'm not sure if he is showing me these overalls because he wore them, or if it's because I think he wore them. I was gonna say, or if it's because he was a farmer and that's part of his representation. But he is showing me taking a handkerchief out of his back pocket, taking his hat off, wiping his head, and then putting it back on. He's also showing me having some skin issues because of spending so much time out in the sun. He had diabetes. He is referencing, he had it at a time where they didn't have the fancy contraption I have right now. I was telling you, I have this thing in my arm. You can see the outline that's monitoring my blood sugar right now. And he was saying that they didn't have that fancy contraption whenever he had diabetes. He is using very plain talk, and he is being very specific about that. He didn't like people who were all uppity or tried to put on airs. He lived a very simple life, and he also was in church. I was like, every Sunday, I was about to say he was in church every Sunday, and he stopped me. So he wasn't in church every Sunday, but he definitely went to church. He felt very close. He's showing me that his favorite church, and he's showing me be out in the field. That was his time to really commune with nature, was his time that he felt the closest to the Lord, is what he is saying. He's quoting Psalms 23 to me. So I'm not sure if someone has a favorite scripture, if they can remember their grandfather talking about Psalms 23. It's the Lord is thy shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me lie down in green pastures. That one. That's the one that he is quoting to me. All right. I'm also hearing an FR name around him. Does this gentleman sound familiar to anyone on here? Anyone going to claim? I was about to say, is anyone going to claim this young man? And before I could say young man, he stopped me because he's a grandfather energy, and he was not a young man. So he was laughing because that's what I was calling him, a young man. You know, I'm hearing this FR name around him, but Frank or Franklin. Frank or Franklin. All right. I'm going to recap one more time. If no one claims the spirit, I am going to move on. This gentleman is showing me, he was showing the term, the cart before the horse. So that tells me that was a term you would remember him using. He's also a farmer. He is showing me he was always out in the heat. Josie Fox says it sounds like an uncle of hers. All right, Miss Josie, I'm going to ask you to go live. Let's see if Miss Josie can go live. Hi, Josie. Oh, there you are. You're back. Hi, Josie. Oh, I can't hear you. Are you talking?
Hi, can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you. Yes.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Very good. Where are you located? Where do you live?
Michigan.
Michigan. You said this sounds like a uncle of yours?
Yes, it does. I didn't expect to go live, so I look like a scary person right now, so
Well, that's okay. Well, we see your picture, so that's good enough.
okay.
You know, honestly, there is a lot of times where I wouldn't mind going live, but it would require me to do a whole bunch of junk, and I don't want to do it, so I just don't go live.
I'm like in my robe right now. I'm got oil in my hair, like
Oh, good for you. Is it the Banton oil, or what are you using?
it is actually, let me look at it.
I'm always about learning new products.
It is the anti-itch intention relief with tea tree and aloe oil. It's by Design Essential Scalp Care. I got it at Sally's.
Oh, very good. Very good. I want me some Sally's. All right. So now, what was it about this guy? Did it all fit, or was there one thing that you were like, yes, that's my uncle?
It was honestly the majority of him. He's actually my great uncle. So I grew up on his farm with my grandmother. So it just like the fact that you said he lived by the sweat of his brows was very like it made sense. And I was just thinking about him previously.
Very good. Okay, so that you kind of answered the question because I said that he had a grandfather energy to him. And you said actually it was her great uncle. So great uncles come through with that grandfather energy. Also, the fact that you were on the farm a lot with your grandmother, he probably would have taken on kind of that grandfather role to you.
Yes, he definitely did.
Yes. Now, what is this FR name around him? Like this Franklin? What is this FR name around him?
His name was Larry or Leonard. I guess I don't know his middle name. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's not coming across.
Is there someone around him was there a town in the area named Franklin?
There's one here, but no, we didn't, not that I know of, not anywhere near where we grew up, no. So I don't know where that name is from, but.
Now, the reason, normally I would let it go. Normally I'm like, oh yeah, whatever, but I have it written down and the spirit keeps pointing to me, like he keeps wanting to bring me back to this Frank or Franklin. And so that's why I was trying to figure it out. Normally it's like, if there's one thing that you're like, yeah, I don't really know. I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. We're not going to take all this time to figure it out because, you know, everything else fit. But the spirit won't let it go. He keeps talking about, and the reason I figured it was a town is because he keeps taking me to Franklin, Tennessee, and that's the only city I know by the name of Franklin. So I felt like it was a town named Franklin. You said there was one close to you or in that area?
Yeah, there's one named Franklin, like decently close, but I don't know if he's ever been there. I don't know for sure.
Okay, so what cords do you have to this Franklin? Do you know anyone that lives in Franklin yourself? Do you ever visit there? Do you know people who live there? What is this connection to you?
No, not that I know of. Let me look up something really, really quick. I'll be right back. Is that okay?
Oh yeah.
You also had somebody else. Kristen, everything resonates with Grandpa, but the diabetes and they live near Franklin, Tennessee.
Ah. Okay, so my moderator just so I said that this person kept pointing me to Franklin, Tennessee, right? Apparently there's someone on here. I can't see the comments right now because whenever I go live with someone, it takes away all my comments and it just gets to
It's Kristen. She's pretty sure it's Grandpa.
Okay, very good. All right, Miss Josie, what'd you look up?
I was just seeing what the cemetery he was buried in.
And where is that?
It's not the one that I thought it was. It's not Franklin because there is a cemetery in the area that was named Franklin.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I have.
No, I think I just figured it out. As you were gone, my moderator was telling me there was someone on here who says that their grandfather fits everything except the diabetes and something else, and their grandfather lived near Franklin, Tennessee. And remember I said they kept showing me Franklin, Tennessee. So I still have your uncle. What we're doing here is for whatever reason, I know the reason, which we'll get to in a second, but we have two spirits stepping up, and the one who belongs to Kristen, there's something important I need to get to her. So Kristen, hold tight. I will bring up your grandfather next while I finish with Josie. Okay, Josie, now your grandmother is in spirit also?
Yes. Yep.
Very good. Okay, so as I switched back to your uncle, he did this to me, like he nodded his head to me, telling me, yes, I had gotten it right, and thanked me. So your uncle was a very sweet person. A lot of people didn't get to see that about him, but he was very appreciative when people did things for him. I don't know if you remember that about him.
Yes, definitely.
And then all of a sudden, this lady stepped up beside him. I was like, oh, who are you? And she said, I'm Grandma. So he wants to acknowledge that your grandmother is with him in spirit. Also, they're showing me a diploma. They're wanting you to go back to school. Did you not finish college?
I did not, but I still have I have a pretty good job, but I don't know if maybe they're thinking of high school, but I don't know.
I am not. I went back to them. I said, she has a good job. And they're like, no, something about you needing to go back to college. What do you do for a living?
I'm an orthodontic assistant.
Very good. Is there a certification you could get that would get you more money or that would put you higher up in what you do?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, very good. That's what they're referencing. They are saying that you are in the right career field. You bring so much joy to that work. They're showing me you're a beautiful, what I call a transmuter of energy. You have a beautiful way of making people who are afraid of being there feel at ease.
Yeah, I would agree. I would definitely agree.
They're showing me you getting this extra certification. I thought it was going back to college, but it's whatever this certification is. They're showing me to make sure you get that. Are you dating someone?
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are. Are y'all engaged?
No, we are not.
Have y'all talked about it?
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one. I
Oh.
don't know if you were curious about that.
Yes, he's very sweet. I definitely think that they would like him very much.
They love him, and he is very sweet. He just totally thinks about you all the time, Josie. I don't know if he's told you that or if you already knew it, but he thinks about you all the time.
Yeah, he does tell me all the time.
And he thinks about you in a very healthy way. There must be someone on here. When I said he thinks about you, someone else, I think, was justifying someone else's behavior. So what I'm about to say is more explanation, and your grandmother is saying it needs to be said for someone else on here. Josie's boyfriend thinks about her in a very healthy way. Like he isn't possessive. When she's out with her girlfriends, he's the type who is going to say, have a good time. Let me Venmo you some money to get a drink. He totally is about you being you and not trying to control you. You have a good one, Josie.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, there's a certification he also needs to go back to. It's like y'all have your lives together except for this one part. They're showing me that there's a certification you need to go on and get, and he also needs to finish doing what he's doing. Does he work in plumbing of any sort?
No,
What does he do?
he is a manager at a grocery store, but he's had to do plumbing there.
Nope. Thank you for trying to make it fit. He's very good when it comes to his hands of building things and figuring things out. And I honestly weren't sure if they were showing me our local trade school, and I wasn't sure if it was electrical or plumbing.
Yeah, he has been wanting to go into electrical. He's been talking about it.
Okay, very good. Then there you go. The school that we're showing me here does both, and so I thought it was probably because I try to push people towards plumbing because we have a shortage of plumbers here in the United States.
Yeah.
If you want some job security, plumbing is the way to go. All right, thank you, Josie. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You as well. Thank you so much.
All right, so that was very good. All right, so who was the other person, Kristen?
Kristen. K-R-I.
Okay, Miss Kristen, can you comment so you can bump up in my feed so I can find you? Oh, here we go. Miss Kristen, I'm going to ask you to go live.
There she is.
Hi, Kristen. How are you?
Hey, Christy, I'm good. How are you doing?
Yeah. Now, do you still live in Tennessee?
I do, yes. About 20 minutes from Franklin.
I have to tell you, your grandfather was not letting it go. Um, so
I was
there,
trying to think of people's names, and then you said Franklin, Tennessee. I was like, okay, yep.
yes, and I should have said that in the beginning because I was seeing Franklin, Tennessee on the map, but sometimes spirits will reference cities or something, but it's a name and it's just an easy way of getting it to me. When spirit's giving you information, they take the path of least resistance. So for everyone watching, you can have like one spirit speak for several. And he was claimed, the gentleman, clearly I did also have the great uncle of the other person because everything fit. But he wasn't letting go this Franklin, Tennessee. And so that was a fit part that fit Kristen. So whenever I was like, okay, I get what you're saying, Kristen's grandfather stepped from behind the great uncle and came to the side and just waited. Okay, so now Miss Kristen, your grandfather worked really hard to get my attention today. Who in your family is sick? It's a female.
It's a what?
Female.
No one that I can think of.
Who's had a cough that won't go away?
That would be my dad.
Oh, okay, very good. So it's not a female. Is this your mom's dad or your dad's dad?
My dad's dad.
Okay, very good. And your mom is still on planet?
Correct.
Okay, very good. So this, for everyone watching, this gentleman, instantly I just felt concern. And when Kristen's like, yeah, no one's been sick, he just started coughing. He was like, and wouldn't stop. I was like, okay, who's had this cough that won't go away? Has your dad been to the doctor?
I don't know if he's been for that specifically. I guess I haven't asked, but he does that a lot, clears his throat and coughs a lot.
Okay, I was just making sure we're on the right track. And so, did you know your grandfather well?
Yeah, pretty well.
He was a man of few words. Like when he said something, he meant to be listened to.
Yeah.
Because I said to him, I was like, okay, I was going back to him. I was like, am I on the right track? And he said, why the hell else would I have done all that coughing? Like, you think I was doing that? So it was he's like, I told you, it's the coughing. He needs to go for the coughing.
Okay. I'll check with them on that.
He's making me, so right now I'm just feeling into my body. Your dad has several things going on. And I think there's some confusion going on because he goes to the doctor, or if he goes, he's complaining about several different things. And the doctor is trying to put it together to be one thing wrong with him, and it's not. And so that's where they're getting confused.
Okay.
Does that resonate with you? Do you know that that's what's happening? Or do you
That makes sense. Yep.
Okay, very good. So he needs to keep pushing for an answer, and I don't know if he would be bold enough to say it to the doctor, like, his symptoms are not all one thing. They are different things, and that's where the confusion lies.
Okay.
Now, is your mom or your parents still married?
Yes, they are.
Very good. Because he was telling me to have your mom go with him because your mom don't play.
Yeah, actually, when you're saying that, I was thinking if my mom was there, she would make him say something.
Yes, and that's exactly what he was showing me. I was like, are they even still married? Because I've had spirits suggest that, and then I'll be talking to the person, and they're like, yeah, my parents weren't married, and my mom was not going. So, yes, he was saying that your mom needs to go with him because your mom is not going to let him off lightly. She's going to be his voice.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That makes sense.
Now, Kristen, are you married?
No, I'm single.
And you're not even dating anyone?
No.
Hold on. Okay, I think I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask to confirm I'm on the right track. Has someone around you, one of your friends or a sister, recently got engaged?
Not recently. I had a friend who got married last year. I think that was the most recent thing.
Okay, I felt like it was you. there is going to be someone. Have you kind of given up? You're just not even interested in dating anymore because you're just going.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's been a long wait.
you are going to meet someone in the next 3 months. And just for everyone watching, I do not make it happen. I'm just reading the energy. If it wasn't happening to Kristen, I wouldn't be bringing it up. I don't make it happen. Because people, whenever they hear me tell someone they're meeting someone, they want me to make it happen for them. And I can't make it happen. I can just read the energy. I see you out. Is there a place where you go and you play, like there's a sand pit? Is there a place you go and play horseshoes? Like in volleyball? I'm seeing sand.
I go to the lake and a lot in the summer, and I go to the beach in Florida a lot in the summer.
It's the lake.
The lake? Okay.
You're going to meet someone at the lake.
Okay.
And you're going to like him. And he's going to reciprocate. So there you go. Is there someone around you with a T or name, a male like Travis or Trent, something like that?
My boss, his name is Trevor.
Trevor. And how old is Trevor?
He'll be 40 in May.
Okay, very good. Has something to do with him. Like not him, but he either introduces you to someone or they know your boss. Your boss is a connection here with this person you're going to meet.
He does know a lot of people, so that would make sense.
Mm-hmm. And it's just a nonchalant. I see him like, oh, do you know Kristen? Kristen, this is such and such. And he's done with it. It's not like he's matchmaking, but he's the connection here.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Kristen.
Thank you, Christy.
Have a good day.
Yeah.
All right, so that was fun. Spirit has been very good today. Let me tell you, Spirit has been excellent today. All right, so looks like my moderator is on it. He's putting out about my event coming up next Sunday. I have the free event Thursday night. If anyone's interested in joining that, go to my website, Christy Godwin Psychic Medium. Under the events is where you'll find both things. You can get tickets for my event next week and see me in person here in Omaha, Nebraska, or you can join the free event I have coming up Thursday. I will be live tomorrow at 11 a.m. I think it is. I think it's 11. I am going to head out. I'm going to go celebrate Easter with my family. I hope everyone has a beautiful day.